Hello everybody, it's Bourbon Bill, and tonight, a very special episode. That's right, we're doing something very scientific here on this channel tonight. We're going to be comparing store pick versus store pick to find out if there's really any differences from pick to pick. Now, in a very scientific way, we'll be giving a 1 score for low or no difference, a 3 score for moderate or medium difference, and a 5 score for extreme difference. And we try to pick a wide range of, the bigger distilleries. So tonight we got a little Knob Creek, 120 proof. We have 1792 Foolproof store picks, and we got one of my old favorites, Jack Daniel's single barrel strength store picks. So believe it or not, we're going to start tonight with the lowest proof this evening, 120 proof. Let me grab the Knob Creek. Alright, in this corner, a fine wine and good spirits single barrel select, coming in at obviously 120 proof. This one is from Warehouse L Floor 5 Rick 1, for those that care. Let's see, it was barreled in 2010 and selected in 2020, so it's just about 10 years old, this bottle here. Competing against that tonight will be the Creston's store pick. Coming in, this is Warehouse 1 Floor 5 Rick 5, so different warehouse, same floor. This one was a 2011 to 2020, so a little bit younger. It's coming in at, well, it's 9 year, but it's just a little bit younger than our fine wine and good spirits there. So let's pour these up. Now this isn't a blind, so we're just trying to tell you the differences tonight. Alright, first up is the PA Fine Wine and Good Spirits. That sweet Knob Creek profile. Oak, brown sugar. More brown sugar. Caramel. Delicious. Let's take a sip. It's excellent. A lot of the same flavors, caramel, brown sugar, oak, good burn. That's a delicious one. Alright, here's the Creston's, just a tad younger. Let's see if we can smell it. Almost no difference on the nose. We get the same kind of brown sugar and oak and caramel on this nose as well. Let's give it a sip. Pretty much the same flavors. It might have a bit more kind of drier oak to it. Let's go back to the PA Fine Wine and Good Spirits here. Alright, for Knob Creek, just on pricing and availability real quick while we calculate the scores for those pick versus pick. The PA Fine Wine and Good Spirits charges $59.99. Excellent value for these. Unfortunately, they're not in stores too often in PA. They're kind of an online only situation, but they usually release enough of them that you can get one. The Creston's was, believe it or not, $49.99. So we're talking 50-60 bucks for these here. Excellent value. You're talking 120 proof, delicious bourbon flavors. Do yourself a favor and pick one up. At that price, it is an A rating and a buy rating all day long. Now, as for the difference between these two, we're giving them a score of 1, which is low to no difference. Very little difference between these two picks. And they're roughly the same age, and I did that for a reason. I know there's a lot of older Knob Creek store picks previously, but most of them now are around this 9 or 10 years. And I've had various other picks, and they're all pretty good and pretty similar, I will say. So I would say if you like one of these and you're concerned, should I get another store pick? Will I like it? Will it be the same? Chances are good it'll be very close to what you're drinking now. Alright, on to the next highest proof tonight's lineup. 125. 1792 Foolproof. Let's grab the bottles. First up, a PA Fine Wine and Good Spirits store pick. Barrel number 4255. I picked this up in probably December of 2020, so it's been a while. Competing against another Fine Wine and Good Spirits pick. This was early 2022 I got this one. This was barrel 6306. And of course, because these are both 1792 Foolproof, they both come in at 125 delicious proof points. Both feature only a sticker difference. Really, it's the only thing you get, just gold sticker. This is Barton Distillery, for if you didn't know that. These are $49.99. Actually, I think they were... I lied. This one back in 2020 was like $45, and I think I paid $47 for this one. So under $50 here in PA, a great value. So if we're talking value again, it's high. It's a high value, and a buy rating all day long for both the 1792s. The only difference here in the stickers is the old one says hand selected for Fine Wine and Good Spirits. It then says Distiller's Choice inside the gold seal. A little odd. The new one, though, does not say that. So perhaps this one was picked by 1792 and PA actually sent out some state employee to go pick this. We don't know. Let's pour them up. Alright, first up is the old PA store pick, barrel 4255. Let's give it a nosing. Gosh, this smells like Jack Daniel's barrel proof. It's just like tons of banana nut bread, brown sugar, caramel, hint of oak. I mean, this smells peak deliciousness, what this smells like. Let's give it a sip. Flavor-wise, it was banana nut bread. Some like vanilla cream came through. The caramel and the oak. Delicious. Drank smoother than the Knob Creek. Delicious. Alright, the new one here, the new PA store pick, barrel 6306. Let's give this a nosing. Oh, this is a lot different. This is like strawberry and other red fruits. Very red fruity on this nose. And then there's a caramel in the oak. Not a hint of banana to be found on this one. Let's give this a sip. Very good as well. Very red fruit heavy on the palate as well. Little bit hotter, but not a lot. It drinks a few proof points higher. It's kind of like a berries and cream with caramel. Excellent. So, what do we say the difference is here? Man, these are actually totally different. So we're going to give them a score of 5. High difference in single barrel store picks. Foolproof off the shelf is a batch product, but obviously the single barrels are single barrel. So I would say if you have one and you love it, and you know, like for instance, if you had this one and you love bananas, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna get another one and I'll love it. You may not. This one's totally a red fruit bomb. If you have this one and you love red fruit, and you don't like banana, you're gonna hate this one. So high variability in these, but I'll tell you, for my palate, I enjoy them both. They're both delicious. I do love me some banana, so I probably would give the win to the older one. But I do love a good red fruit. I don't have too many that deliver such a strawberry red fruit note. as this one. Alright, on to the last, but certainly not least, our Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Barrel Proof. Alright, first up tonight is Creston's Wine and Spirits number 3. Now, if you watched some of my older videos, I think the one specifically on Coy Hill, you'll notice that this was about as close as you could get to Coy Hill without buying Coy Hill. This store pick was phenomenal from Creston's. So, oh, and it comes in at 131.2 proof. That is 65.6% alcohol by volume on this bad boy. We do have a barrel number here. Rick number is L30 on this particular one. Barrel is, for those that care, 2121132. Bottled 10/18/21, so not super long ago, and boy, I'm enjoying this one. That will be competing today against the Somerville Super Saver Store Pick number 1, coming in at 127.4. Probably one of the lowest proofs I've seen on a Jack Daniel's barrel proof. This was Rick L31. One Rick difference. For those that care, barrel 211019, bottled on 4/7/21. So actually older technically by bottling date than the Creston's. I love these little dangly metal neck tags here. These make great jewelry, wristlets for the wife. So if you have a wife that's not into bourbon but she's into jewelry, give her this. And on the back side, it's a barrel. Classy. Alright, let's pour these up. Alright, I don't know if this is going to come across on camera, but this one right here is a shade darker. That's right. The Creston's. The Creston store pick right here is a shade darker than the Somerville Super Saver. What will that do to our taste? Let's find out. Alright, first up is the Creston's. Now, I already know this is delicious, but we'll give you a few notes. Bananas and vanilla. Banana, vanilla ice cream. Tons of oak and barrel char. And a hint of cherry. That's what we get here. Right on this nose. Just, gosh. I will literally cry when this Creston's single barrel goes away. I will. I will weep. That's how good it is. Alright, let's take a sip. The palate is exactly what the nose had there. It is just creamy vanilla banana nut bread with a huge backbone of oak and char and a hint of cherry. You can tell this is fairly old. I did have some shelf single barrel proof that's gone now. You could tell this was older for sure. It was about 3 times darker. Alright, Somerville Super Saver, pick number 1. Far more banana on the nose. This one's banana graham cracker. So while there was bananas in the other one, there's a lot of other flavors. This one's like banana graham cracker right here. And then there that vanilla cream comes in on the back end. So the nose is a little different. Quite honestly, the Creston smells older and it was darker, but there's not that much difference between the nose. Let's take a sip. Wow. Just, again, just exactly what I smelled. Like banana graham cracker, some vanilla, some oak. What this is missing though is there's less, well, there's no real char note to this one. And there's that hint of cherry is missing. So that's what we'll say about those. I would probably give the win to the Creston's. However, both these are very viscous. Excellent, excellent. Now, let's talk pricing real quick. Creston's store pick. It was like $64 and some change. That's right. In PA, a regular shelfer is $66. This was cheaper, and it was a store pick. And it's far more delicious than a shelfer. Somerville Super Saver was like $67, $1 more than the shelf pick. These are the most slept on store pick. Both of these are an A++ all day long for a store pick of Jack Daniel's single barrel proof. A++. In terms of how different they are, I would say we're going to give them 3, moderate. This one was darker and tasted older and had that extra age dimension to it, a little bit more char, but it wasn't massively different. So if you have if you have a store pick of these and you love it, you will probably love the next store pick you pick up. If you have a shelf version of one of these and you're like, I love the shelf version, buy a store pick. They are about 3 times better than the shelf version, if you can believe it. So you might have said, well, okay, Bourbon Bill, this wasn't very scientific. You only did 3. That's right, I only did 3 different distilleries, but the reason I picked these 3 is they're kind of all findable, right? Look, if I can find these living in Pennsylvania, then you can too, where you are, right? These Jack Daniels, I found them, right? They're out there. Knob Creeks are out there everywhere, probably the most available. And the 1792 Foolproof, I've seen them in multiple states, store pick versions. So I know there's store picks of other things, but they're a lot harder to come by. These, probably if you put in the work, depending on where you live, and you head out to, if you're close to another state, if you head out to your state and then maybe one over, you might probably find a store pick of one of these 3 very easily. So you can replicate this experiment at home. So to recap tonight, Knob Creek, not really much difference between their store picks. 1792, wildly different, probably the most difference. So if you're bored with your 1792, go buy another store pick. It's going to probably be wildly different. Jack Daniel's, moderate. It'll be close to the same, but some might have a few surprises up their sleeves for you. So if you like what you saw tonight, please like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Have a great evening, everybody.